TNA! So, welcome back to another project, a garden project. Today we're going to be working on this fence that divides the houses between us. So as you can see, it's pretty much broken, this part, and basically just looks old and not good.
So these are the plans, and I want to explain them a little bit. What you see here, the ones that I marked, these are the posts, the metal posts that are already there, going to stay there. You can see the whole fence itself is 400 centimeters or 4 meters, and it's split into two pieces. The first one it's 225, second one's 175, but it basically doesn't really matter because there's going to be two beams across. These are these ones. They're going to be 4 meters long. Each one of them is 14 centimeters in the width, and basically they're going to run along all of these. The blue lines, they are the planks themselves. Each one of them is 14 centimeters. In between two of them it's 3 centimeters, and there's going to be 24 across, and at the end 23 across, and at the end there's going to be 9 centimeters in between the posts and the last post and the wall. So 23 times 17, because it's 14 and 3 each in between each one of them. It's 391, so it comes across exactly. And this is part is the fence. The metal posts are 110 centimeters, and I'm going to cut the planks to 90 centimeters. So we're going to be a bit shorter because that's the material I have. And so this is the marking in between. There's the two posts that are going to run along all of them. It's going to be the whole thing is 90 centimeters, and I have two of them, so I put them across 30 centimeters and 16, and they're 14 centimeters, so it's 7 to each side. So at the end it's 23, 16, 23, and with the width of all of them it's all across like
and this is it like that, so you can understand how it's going to look. This is the 3 metal posts. There's one here at the end. This is the wood we're going to be using. All of these are the small posts. They're going to go sideways, and these are going to connect all of them, these 6 long ones, and that's it. So first thing we're going to need to do is clean up the wood. The reason we're going to need to clean up the wood is because some of them have nails inside them, as you can see here. So I'm going to need to take out the nails and just cut a clean cut and start. This is basically all of them, the small ones, and over there are the long ones. So it's boring, you don't want to see it. There's a bunch of nails. I'm just going to take them out, and they're going to be ready. All of them cleaned up. As you can see, I've taken the nails out from all the ends. Next up, the ends are a bit rough because of the nails, so I think I'm going to measure about how much I can cut off of the ends, and then we'll see. I think it's going to be something like 90. The whole thing is a meter, so we're going to cut 5 centimeters from each side.
All the nails I've taken out. It was not fun taking them out.
I clamped these 5 pieces of wood together, and this is the guard rail I'm gonna use. I'm gonna take the circle saw and cut 4 centimeters from each side. I need to do this for each and every one of these planks, so they're all 90 centimeters at the end. So let's go. What I did is went to the other side. I'm gonna do exactly like this. I measured 90 to that cut line. Now we're gonna cut it.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the crate.
Next up, I'll take these 2 long pieces, and I'm gonna make a couple of 90s because we have 16 and I need 23. These are each 4 meters lines. First up, I'm gonna cut the end there because it's cut in an angle and not straight. So I'm gonna straighten the line, and I'm gonna start cutting them into 90s.
Fire spreading a lush.
Next up, I'm going to remove the fence post. This one is already out, but I need to remove this one. And in order to do that, we need to remove these nuts. I connected these 2 wrenches up. Now I'm going to remove the fence post and the stuff that's holding in it. Just 1 wrench holding it in place, the other flipping the nut, and it should come out. It's a bit rusty. The fence is down. We're going to clean up the paint from the posts and paint them black.
Reality. Why can't you just
Next up, we're gonna paint
I live
the base. This is the second one. I put on more paper so it doesn't spray the wall. I'm gonna spray paint it also. Sand everything down. These logs and also the other logs that are shorter. So not a lot to see. I'm just gonna all sand it up. Now let's put on some finish on. Now we need to let it dry and do the same for
This is the bottom post. I've clamped it in place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill holes in here through the wood, and it's gonna mark the metal, so I'll know where I need to put in a hole inside the metal, and I'll do that for each of these posts. After that, we're gonna take this metal rod. It's gonna go through the wood, through the metal. we're gonna drill the holes. There is a better way to do this, but I don't have a metal bit, so I'm gonna use just a screw that makes a hole for itself. You see the two markings that I have from the wood? These are over here, so we're gonna get them out.
I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption, honest.
Holding the wood tight to the post. Now we're gonna put a washer on for each one of them, and then the nut itself. First by hand I'm gonna tighten it, and then with a wrench. So the post is all fixed up. That took way too long. Now I'm gonna need to do this a second time for the upper one. This is the first one in. I clamped it down and up, and I'm gonna measure where the center is, and I'm gonna screw in a couple of screws. So these are the marks, and I'm gonna be using nails and not screws because I don't have enough. This is the setup. This beam in between is 3 centimeters, so I clamp it in place, then I clamp this next to it, and you see they're all flush because downstairs I put this block and it's up next to it, and also here I bump it up. So we're going to do this for the whole thing. So I made some noise with the nails. These two are good, but making a lot of noise, so we're going to switch up to this. My neighbor gave me these, so let's go. A bit of a change of plans. I went and bought these screws, so I have all of them, so they'll be the same. I wanted some black ones to fit in with the nails I drove in, but they didn't have any, so this will do. So now I'm gonna take all of these and good. Now we're gonna continue. So we've hit a bit of a problem because the next one lines up with these. So what I'm gonna do is press it on and mark where the screws go in, and then I'm gonna counter sinkhole into this, and so it'll be flush with the fence itself. Here it's easier to see, but you see the 2 holes I made from the screws, and also over here. And now I'm gonna indent this so it sticks flush. These are the holes. All these I'm gonna show you on the fence. When you press them down with the screws, I already counted them before, they fit flush. Next up, I'll be adding these brackets over here, so they're a bit stronger, because as you can see, my neighbors play soccer here, and they're gonna kick this fence a lot, so I want it to be nice. This is how it's looking. 1, 2. I'm gonna do the same for that's all 6 posts done. Now we're gonna tidy up this wire. Attach the wire to the wall itself, then wire it through against the concrete and the grass itself all the way until we get looking way better, all secure and under the grass. Getting rid of the pencil lines, so we need to sand it down, then a final coat of finish, and we're done. Sand in, finish.
Maybe you should take it slow, mysterious. That's the part you always show. Stop too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Wasn't a big project, but it took a long time, so I'm really satisfied with the outcome. It's a great fence that will be here for years, and hope you enjoyed the video. Like and sub for more.